Well, Hachi Machi Delco, we've got a rare one for you. This is the first real, actual live show in a while for a show called Delco Live. How live are we? Well, I can tell you we decided to go live because we're so mad at the Flyers for just getting fucking eliminated from the playoffs. So we decided to give you some pure content, and also our episode has it's a little time sensitive. We want to get it out to the people. We want to get it out to them now. We want to get it out to them while they can still try to find a ray of hope in life. We are joined tonight by Vincent James. I'll tell you his last name in a minute, and I'll tell you his tie-in of why that last name is important right now. But Vincent James is from Keep Music Alive, a 501c charity, correct? That's the actual phrase. Started with his wife, Joanne, back in 2017.
Yep.
So 7 years in. What is Keep Music Alive?
Thank you. Keep Music Alive is a music education advocacy nonprofit. We're on a mission to help more kids and adults reap the educational, therapeutic, and social benefits of playing music.
Damn, you got this shit down to a science.
Science.
That was smooth as hell. That was smooth as
I know I would have run through a wall.
And you are from Delco. You have told us beforehand, Brookhaven to start out. Brookhaven right now.
In Delco, left for several years and came right back.
Where'd you go from Brookhaven before you came back to Brookhaven?
Went temporarily to Westchester, to Parkside, to Maple Shade, New Jersey, crossed the bridge. And
do we count Parkside as separate than Brookhaven?
No.
I was gonna say, man, we're really talking 3 blocks there.
Maple Shade is really the stretch there, I guess, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Maple Shade, they get hit by tornadoes every so often, don't they?
I saw that.
Yeah, that shit was nuts a couple years ago. Keep Music Alive. What inspired you to get that going? Are you a former music teacher? You formerly in bands?
Lifetime, songwriter, musician, been involved in all sorts of music activities. Managed bands, played in bands.
Really?
Owned a recording studio for a while. Wrote custom songs for weddings for a while. And then one day I was on listening to a teleseminar. Anybody remember teleseminars? About how everybody has a book inside them they need to write. Honestly, I never thought I'd write a book because half my brain was stuck in engineering in my regular career and half my brain was stuck in doing music stuff. But on that call, I thought, what about a book of inspirational stories of how music impacted people's lives?
Well, I love that. Did that happen?
It happened, and we actually published it on a June 1st, coincidentally.
Delco Day! This year. June 10th normally, but yeah.
2015, we published the first book, 88 Ways Music Can Change Your Life. And it was the stories that we started getting in from musicians around the world that kind of that inspired us to start the different programs that became Keep
What's
Music
one of the
Alive.
more memorable ones that just really spoke to you that you put in there?
Well, there's one where there's a guy who goes and plays in senior centers. He plays piano, and he comes in and he's playing to the group of seniors in a care home, basically. And there's a lady in the back, her head's down, basically catatonic. She's not moving. And he's starting to play, and he's playing Broadway songs. Her head comes up, and she starts singing along with him. And, he's playing, she's singing. He doesn't think much of it. He doesn't realize her condition, her state. He stops playing the one song, and the staff rush over to him. Don't stop. She's never come out of this state. And they're
like some chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest kind of situation.
Yeah, they're like in tears. The music has basically brought her back to life during that period.
My
music
Lord,
does amazing things to people that have been in different situations.
I mean, it is so easily true. I mean, I've had some bad days. We all had bad days, and sometimes just putting on when you get in the car, I'm gonna put on this because I'm angry right now. So I'm gonna put some.
I'll put on break stuff, and I'm gonna really angry.
Or I'm feeling real happy today. I'm
gonna put on break stuff.
I'm gonna put on break stuff because I'm very happy because of it. Yeah. No, I mean, it's simple but true, right? I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, when did you write this book down?
2015. The first one was published, and we did a second one, 88 More Ways Music Can Change Your Life.
176 ways that music can change your life.
I'm having trouble doing the math, but I think you're right. Yeah. And
is that why you took your shoes off? Okay, makes sense now.
Nah, you smell that too, my bad.
But it's basically like a chicken soup for the music lover's soul.
Dude, I love that. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Where can you find that? Because we only brought you on here for the charity. I didn't even know about all that.
Amazon, Barnes & Noble. This is the book that started it all.
You brought it. I should have paid more attention. That's the perfect amount of pages, too. Like, I could read that over a summer.
Lots of short stories. We've got some comics in here, too.
There's pictures,
like
Al.
Sunday
There's
funnies,
pictures.
music theme.
That's awesome. I am a failed musician. That keeps
We're all
failing.
failed musicians. That's
No,
to some
there's
degree.
definitely some that that did it well. But you said you used to write custom songs for weddings.
Yes.
So like they would write in and be like, "This is my wife, Natalia, and I am Eric, and we met on the Sea Isle Boardwalk," and you would be like, "All right, cool, I'm gonna like write a song for that."
Basically, yep. I had actually a website dedicated to it, lovesongs.com, and people would send their story.
You own the domain lovesongs.com?
It's still there. It's fairly dormant because I've been busy doing Keep Music
I just
Alive
love
for
that
about
you
6,
own
7
it.
years.
What's the most ridiculous story you had to write a song for?
It's not ridiculous, but
It's
the
true.
most interesting story was I got asked to write a song for a mom who had recently given up a child for adoption.
Oh wow!
And it was
That's
a radio
deep.
station. It was a radio station. They wanted me to write a song, do a quick demo, and they were gonna air it on the station the next day for her to hear it. So I went up to the piano that night and put kind of the story there, and just like came from above down to the piano.
And it was about a mother like that just like gave birth and gave a kid up.
Yes,
and
she wanted a song that she could play for them if she ever got a chance, to meet them, in the future. And the song was called So Many Things, and it was on my CD I put out about 20 years ago.
When was this?
2004.
So that kid would be 20 now.
Be in the 20s, yep.
Of age to like go find the birth mother.
Yes.
And
it's a very emotional song.
And this is
me,
like
as a parent, I have four kids, so it was very emotional for me to write
Everybody's
it.
had 4 kids tonight. I got 4 kids. Everybody we talked to earlier has 4 kids. 4 kids, a magic number now.
And it's like regional.
Well,
like the woman and all them were regional. Like in the south.
No, they were somewhere out in the country. It was a radio station out in I think Illinois.
Oh, so you did it university. It wasn't okay.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be like, my God, so they could be like within ear's reach right now.
Right.
Holy shit! Do you know if anything ever came from that?
I do not.
Is there a way you can follow up on that? Or like, I'll send out the emails blindly tomorrow.
It's sad to say, I really don't even remember. I don't have my emails from 2004.
Yeah. He lost that password a long time ago.
I thought about that several years later. I wish I really had maintained.
They didn't give you any context clues of where this is going to be or where that radio station was.
Again, I think it was in Illinois, but I don't remember. If I dig deep into my archives, I might discover at least the station name.
If you can find that out,
play it.
That would be awesome.
So
to just drop a bomb on someone and be like, "You're fucking adopted musically."
Wow. Yeah. But
that's a stretch.
How long did from soup to nuts did that thing take? And
I literally did it in one night.
He literally said the grace of God.
I thought it was just being
No,
Al, us artists are inspired.
I'm just making sure that
it's not.
As a non-artist, I am amazed by people who can paint, do sculptures, make music, sing. I can't sing.
Shoes, eat healthily.
Yeah, all these things.
I've written many songs, but nothing that came out that flowed like that.
That flowed, especially with a deep subject like that, man. What's the most ridiculous song you've ever written ever?
Oh, ridiculous. Let's see. I wrote a song called Y2K that had me on the Jenny Jones show singing that. And I wrote a song called The Rock and Roll and Wrestling Connection that was aired on Prism and Down at the Spectrum.
Fuck!
I remember that.
Everything he says is better than the last, Al.
I actually remember some of the Rock and Roll Wrestling Connection. That was just was there part of an event called the Rock and Roll Wrestling Connection?
I don't think so, but Prism TV made a music video out of it with the people from the lyrics and the song: Cyndi Lauper, Rowdy Piper.
There was the Rock and Wrestling Connection. Yeah.
Yes.
They did it in
the 80s.
They did it to essentially mock the Super Bowl Shuffle thing like that.
Right.
Yeah. You were part of that.
Not officially.
God, you're my God.
Not officially. I was kind of on the fringes.
You're still so humble.
They played it at the Spectrum, which was really cool.
That is a great thing.
They played the video up on the big screen.
Oh my God. Was it Jenny Jones?
That was Y2K.
And did they do a makeover during it?
No, but we had a lot of the Y2K
conspiracy theorists.
Doomsayers.
I love them
in the green room with the
cults,
toilet paper, and whatever else.
The preppers. Fuck, they're my favorite people in the world.
Danielle chiming in here. Holbrook's been watching a lot of unsolved mysteries lately. Isn't it obvious?
What do you mean lately? Since years before I met her, I've been obsessed with unsolved mysteries.
It is a great show.
Have you ever? So we're actually, me and her are going to a wedding coming up at the DuPont Hotel, which has a very important episode of Unsolved Mysteries about it. Is it about a ghost? No, more suspicious.
There's this lady, Joanne here, checking in. You may know her. I'm not sure.
I'm matching up the names. I think
Yeah.
they
She
might
looks
know each
familiar.
other.
I think I married her.
You might have married her.
Hi,
She
hon.
said, tell the story about Rock and Roll Wrestling Connection and the author from Canada.
Who's the Canadian?
Oh, so that story is...
It's a new game show, by the way. We play Who's the Canadian?
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Hey.
Name that Canadian.
She's talking about a Canadian music enthusiast who discovered in the old record bin at a store up there the band who performed the song Rock and Roll Wrestling Connection. Got really into them and wrote a book about the band, the greatest rock and roll band you never heard of. It's called Free Delivery back then, the band that I basically helped start, and it eventually became Hit the Ground Running. But there's a book about it. The whole
Free
story.
Delivery.
Free Delivery was
Years before Jeff Bezos was offering that.
Was the original name of the band. Yeah,
That's a great name.
1985.
So you had mentioned to us, not to the public or anything, you were an engineer at Boeing. Wow.
Yes.
So you were doing, the 9 to 5 at Boeing or whatever shift you had. Were you third shift or were you regular shift?
Mostly first shift.
Okay.
Did some testing, second and third shift. Doing like 40, plus hours a week there, and 30 hours a week doing music on the
30.
side.
Wow, really? You were still that active in it?
Yep.
Dude, good for you, man. And that, was that, how long were you at Boeing when you were still doing like the Rock and Wrestling Connection and all that
Through
stuff?
all that stuff.
Damn, so you got like a nice little pension, nice little career at Boeing.
It would be a little better, except for the fact I left for a while,
Mm.
did a couple other companies, and came back. So I kind of had a little fun with my pension.
So wait, you're like really into music and we're like really into music in the late 80s and early 90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my girlfriend is actually chiming in right now. We just became, and please let me know if you've ever heard of them, because I've asked anyone of like that age and they've never heard of it. And like you're talking about the greatest band people have never heard of. Have you ever heard of an Australian band called Boom Crash Opera?
No.
Robert, did you make this up? Like,
no. No. So we've been watching.
This is a trip that we just won't let go.
We've been watching a very popular show on Netflix. It's a couple years old. It's called Wentworth. It's about a women's prison in Australia. It's very much like, it's a much better version of fucking Orange is the New Black. It's much better though. And we're like, man, this music, like the soundtrack's really good. Who does this? Looked up a dude named Richard Pleasance, and we're like, he is known for doing a lot of soundtracks in Australia.
Mhm.
I thought some things that he would have done, whatever. Looked up his discography, and they're like, no, he's like a former songwriter, guitarist of this band called Boom Crash Opera. We fucking look up a couple of their songs. They were like what Bon Jovi fucking wanted to be. And
Wow.
we're just like, how did they not make it big, man? Their songs are bangers. They're like Tears for Fears on steroids.
Nice.
And it's like, and they came out like 86. I'm like, how did America not get this? We got Crocodile Dundee, but not them out of Australia. But I digress.
We love you too, Josh. We love you too. Josh is saying, Holbrook, your hair looks glorious. He's obviously, the camera is just doing something for that. We're not sitting here. Glad to see you. Al, still bald, but I love you. Thanks, Josh. Love you too.
Feels good.
Joanne thinks it's a really funny name.
Boom Crash Opera.
Yeah, it's a great name.
They have a song. If you're going to check out one, it's called fucking Onion Skin. And it's literally about a chick who the more you peel off, the more she smells, but the more you like it. I don't know. It's I'm telling you, it's
like physically peel off or like emotionally peel off.
It's
like,
not subtle. Like their songs are not next level like thinking. Like they are pretty blunt about what they're saying, but they're so rhythmic. On your skin.
I love
sorry.
that you and Danielle, like you guys are the perfect couple in that sense that you guys will go down the rabbit hole together.
That's exactly how it happened.
I'll like start like obsessing over things, and my wife will look at me like, "No, we got things we got to do, Al. You can't pull them out of the hole. Pull them out of the hole."
I hate turning episodes into like us
on.
talking about ourselves, but like literally, it was like we were debating if we're gonna take a trip down the pike to go drink an Upper Darby or whatever, and then it was just like, who's Richard Pleasance? Blah blah blah. I out of nowhere had to think of random shit, and she's like, "Oh, when you were in there, I looked it up on YouTube, and you have to hear this shit." Yeah.
Usually the person taking the shit's the one looking it up on YouTube anyway. So it's funny that was the other way around.
And if I have to give a hint, do not listen to it on Spotify first. Watch the music video because it's just literally the audio is so much more intense with the video. But once again, digress.
Boom Crash Opera.
Well, one thing before we
Crash opera.
Yeah, before we go boom crash opera or boom crash episode, because that can happen anytime. The more the peel, the more it stinks.
That's literally one of the lines, I think.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, but real quick before we go any further, I remind you guys that this episode is brought to you by Fat Cow Jerky. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky. Utterly perfect jerky, jalapeno, garlic, honey, bourbon, black pepper, pickle. They have it all. Great flavors. Check it out. FatCowJerky.com. Facebook, Instagram. We just made it a whole new episode commercial for them. Wait till we get the bill in the mail for this one. Check out Fat Cow Jerky. Utterly perfect jerky. And if you're getting in trouble in life, happens. David R. Cherry is the man. That's where workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law. David R. Cherry, Esquire, 610-565-0300 or cherryinjurylaw.com. Again, 610-565-0300, cherryinjurylaw.com for all your workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, and criminal law needs. And don't forget, we're looking at a great time in Delco. Go to Dolan's, 23 Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park. But go on May 25th especially and hang out with Mickey Morandini and John Kruk and play wiffle ball with your favorite Phillies heroes. Check it out. The Wiffle Ball Mania is back. The original Dolan Spring Classic. 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park. 19078. Tell PJ that Delco Live sent you. And guys, since this is our first live episode in a while, a truly live episode in a while, and also, by the way, Fat Cow Jerky, they did message here. You can get that at Roma's Deli, which we're going to talk about in about 3 seconds because it's Delco Day season, Holbrook, and our Delco Day sponsors are coming out in droves. You have to check it out. Our main lead sponsor for this year is everybody's favorite breakfast item, food item in general, right? Haversack Scrapple. Yes, Haversack Scrapple is here, and they are leading the charge with the BHCU Wolves, PJA Services, Painting and Contracting, the Carezzi Real Estate Team. Visit Delco. Roma Deli, like I just said. They were the first one to jump in. Delco Electric, Holiday Inn Suites at the Drexel Brook Event Center. Delco Steaks. Sneak Peek doing our amazing shirts. The Delaware County Chamber of Commerce taking the lead. And there's some more coming, guys. Guys, you have to be there June 1st, 2024 at JT Brewski's in Seacane. It's going to be 12 hours of awesomeness. That's the best way of explaining it. Fans, all these great sponsors, great.
Phil Collins is going to be there.
Oh my God, that was loud. Yes. Yeah, I don't know about that exactly. A guy named Phil Collins may be there, but not the Phil Collins.
Phil and Collins.
I can feel it coming in the air. Delco Day. Haversack.
This is why we don't give Holbrook toys on air. No, but guys, thank you. And jump on some of these comments. Scrapple, no way. Yes. There will be a full, not a Scrapple menu. I'm going to use 2 words, and that's all I'm going to say right now. Scrapple, taco.
There's the third word.
That's all
I want them to know the third word.
Right.
It's a Scrapple chorizo taco.
Yeah. All right.
There's literally 3 specific items that are being added for that day. I don't know if they're going to continue on at Brewski's. That's up to them and their God. But I can tell you on June 1st, it will be Scrapple sliders, Scrapple chorizo tacos. Where I don't even want to tell you the other ingredients because I want most of them for myself. Might be the first time I'm ever early to a Delco Day. And what am I missing? The other one?
Scrapple trail mix,
Scrapple sliders,
the fucking tacos.
They're gonna have it on burgers. They're gonna have like 3 to 5 items. They haven't exactly said it yet. So Mad Darbarian checking in. Josh is gonna be off the boat, so that means
hell
yeah, that's great to hear, Josh. It's always good to have you there,
Josh. I just wanted to tell you. I mean, you're listening now. I started following an Instagram page called Tug Life, which is about tugboat drivers.
Okay, no. I was afraid that something else.
Not to be confused with my OnlyFans called Tug Life 420, formerly Glory Holbrook 420. But it's all about like maritime and tugboats and all that shit, like how they move things around. And Josh is a tugboat driver in the Delaware River, and I gotta tell you, I respect the fuck out of that career and that position after following that stuff, especially after that the nonsense that happened down in Baltimore with the bridge, man. That's nuts, man. Dude, God bless tugboat drivers. An underappreciated career out there, man.
And Joan says she loves Roma's hoagies. Yeah, Roma's always great. And like I said, they're gonna get to have the badge of honor this year, being Delco, the first Delco Day sponsor. And I'm working with them to have two of our sponsors to possibly have special Delco Day based sandwiches. So we'll have some stuff coming out with that as well. And Mad Barbarian checking in. I'll be there just days before my TV show, Cemetery Cinema.
Yeah, I saw good things are happening for him too, man. Yeah.
Well, Mad Barbarian, we need to have you on the show and talk about this. This is amazing. So we have to check
one of
that
my
out.
favorite guests ever of all time, and I was so happy to see him last week. And a little tie-in between Mad Barbarian and I'm seeing that last name, Vincent's last name, is saw Mad Barbarian at the Media Theater last week as there was a special show on for the Comic-Con they were doing. They showed Back to the Future, very fun. I had not actually watched a movie in a while, but one of the main things was right beforehand they showed a trailer for a certain thing called Delco the movie. We've interviewed Chris Pierdomenico, and that is also your last name because you are his father.
Dad.
Yeah, which we did not even know booking this.
Pending the genetic testing. We're just waiting to hear back.
Literally did not know that
It's
one.
a little late for that, don't we think?
Literally, you owe a lot of child
That
support.
mailman's going to owe a lot of alimony. I'm just saying that right now.
So literally did not even know that at all until you just like dropped that randomly when you dropped the last name before we went on air. That's so cool, man. We interviewed. Yeah.
Hold on one second. I do remind everybody. This is also a big night for us all because hello, all our IG fans out there. You're not seeing on the numbers. You can't comment in because
it's called
they
Instagram, dude. I know no one calls it fucking IG.
All right, Instagram, the gram, or whatever
fucking
it is.
Noob.
I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to everybody who is chiming in right now. I'm watching. I'm trying to respond on the phone as well. But thank you for joining us as well. Keep going.
Yeah, no. So I mean, that's super rad. Like we literally get to double dip here and like just all sorts of promotions and shit. We got the honor of seeing the Delco the movie trailer. So they're not done filming yet. They got a little bit of wrapping up too. They got held back by a writer's strike and all sorts of things out of their control. But they dropped the trailer and it's very much like when Chris was on the show and explained to us. I mean, I'm not gonna give anything away, but it's like it's a coming of age story in Delco. I'm not gonna say the phrase like super bad in Delco, but it's similar to that, similar mindset, coming out of your shell, like whatever. And the trailer is number one. The cinematography is brilliant. The actors look very natural. But there's like a little like a I forget what they call it, the snare or some shit at the end of the trailer that like really brings you back in. And I'm telling you, it is next level Delco. It goes from just like using the name Delco to fucking living Delco, where you will laugh uncomfortably and be like, "Oh, I get it." When that goes out to the masses, I highly suggest checking it out. It'll fucking light a fire under your ass to be like, I can't wait for this movie to come out. So yeah, your son's doing great. He was a great interview. He's a smart fucking dude too.
Yep. Thank you.
And and you were saying you were from Brookhaven, went a little bit around the area, came back to Brookhaven. His whole thing is Sun Valley, much like you, and it's based off experiences of Sun Valley, and it's filmed in that whole area. You know, you got Tom Jones as a setting. Anyone following them online or following them through Delco Times, they're pretty open about where they filmed that, and they're doing it right. They're doing it right. Can't wait. But keep music alive. You guys are looking for so. You guys are part of the Delco Gives telethon.
So, Delco Gives Day is something that the Foundation for Delaware County is doing May 8th to May 9th, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's basically like I could like to refer to it as a Giving Tuesday for Delaware County.
It's like the Jerry Lewis telethon kind of situation.
Well, I'm referring to the actual Delco Gives Day on May 8th, May 10th.
Yeah.
What we're doing, Keep Music Alive, is our contribution to that. We're doing Delco Gives Telethon on Sunday, May 5th at the Kelly Center in Havertown. All the nonprofits that are participating with Delco Gives Day were encouraged to hold events, prior to Delco Gives Day to help raise funds and awareness, for their mission and also for Delco Gives in general. So we wanted to do something a little bit before the actual official day to kind of raise more awareness in the community with the media about Delco Gives Day happening a few days later. And then also getting, raising funds and awareness for Keep Music Alive and the Kelly Center for Music, Arts, and Community. It's a beautiful place. They'll have all kinds of community music activities going on, plus great performers, comedians, student performances. and also an awesome 501c3.
So they're their own 501c.
Yes,
What exactly is the Kelly Center like? The physical building, where is it?
it's on Eagle Road, 4 East Eagle Road, close to the intersection of Darby Road.
Okay,
I got you.
Near the triangular intersection with the Wawa and the IVN and all that.
It's close to that.
Okay,
Close to the Wawa.
and it's So is there like a structure to it? Like, is it like do they produce plays? Do people rent it out for certain events? Is it more of a theater? Or is it
You can rent it. It seats about 80, 90 people
okay?
total. You can rent it out. They also have performers, both local and some touring performers that come through and perform, music, comedy. Uh, they've had student performances, different themed shows,
Okay.
and they also do things like open mics, Irish jams.
So you say it's a big Irish area, man. A lot of Irish,
all the Kelly Center, and
it makes total sense.
and there are a lot of different community music events that they do. They're free and open to the public.
That's awesome. Oh, they're all like free? They're all free, or most of them are?
The community events, but there are ticketed events. For featured performers on Friday, Saturday night, and sometimes other nights.
That's awesome. They give them like a blank space to make it out to whatever they need to do for the entertainment.
They have a cool. It's not huge, but they have a cool stage. They got an excellent sound system, and it's just a great intimate venue.
That's super cool, man. I've actually never heard of that in all my years as being a failed performer in Delaware County. And that's what. When did that
so if you do something right, do it. Keep doing it.
They opened up shortly before the pandemic.
Okay, right when I was like really giving up on my dreams.
It's not too late.
No, it's definitely way too late. Like it's over. All right. So Denise is saying it's a really cool venue. That's awesome. I literally never
Delco Idol.
I think that was at the Media Theater actually.
What Delco Idol?
They did do an Idol type competition there.
Like they sang Raw Dog, or they did like karaoke, or what?
They had different performers come in. They were partnered with, and forgive me, organizer, I can't remember the name right now. So this has happened when you're on live interviewing.
I know, dude. I'm not used to it, man.
It'll come to me but they have had some.
I haven't seen Holbrook sweat like this since 12 minutes
since
before
yesterday,
started.
where we parked one section over at the Phillies game. So Keep Music Live is doing. You are doing. Wait, what exactly are you doing at the Kelly Theater on May 5th?
So on Sunday, May 5th, Keep Music Alive and the Kelly Center are doing a telethon. Throwback to the Jerry Lewis days.
Yeah.
8 hours of musical performers. Many of them will be students performing from local music schools. We've got classical performers, pop, rock. We're going to have some bands in the second segment of the event, and we'll have a live audience. We'll be live streaming also out to Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
People answering calls. People want to call and donate.
Do you really have like physical people sitting there like in a dais like they used to do?
That's going to be a guy in a booth, with a cell phone.
Damn, I would totally volunteer to be part of that dais.
I'm going to call
His username is Glory Holbrook.
Glory Holbrook.
Yeah, give Holbrook your credit card. He looks. Yeah, we donated $25 and apparently bought some new strings for a guitar too. How's this work out?
I don't recall giving $180 to Lou Turks.
Yeah, Josh wants to know.
How do you have a liquid account at Lou Turks?
Probably be some jazz. Yep, a wide variety of genres.
Do you have it all booked up now, or like you're still looking for people?
We still are looking for some. I'm trying to focus mostly on students from local music schools, but we are also including some that are featured performers that are not part of music schools.
Do you like any hard rock or anything crazy like that?
Nothing too loud, no, because there are neighbors above and around, and even though we're only going to
it's Havertown though, and it's a Sunday, they'll be out drinking.
Check the Irish Riviera.
Wait, they will be out drinking because I just did the math. That is Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, it is.
Hell
That's
yeah!
right.
He just did the math.
Yeah, I did the math. Wait, Cinco de Mayo? I'll be drunk. Just like Quattro de Mayo and Tres de Mayo. No, that's fucking super rad. So you're doing that to get, that benefits the Kelly Center and you guys.
And Keep Music Alive, and we are looking for sponsors still. We actually have what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah,
it is Tuesday.
We still have about 4 or 5 days for more sponsors to join in. We have Nolan Painting, we have George's Music, we have Smart Park.
Smart Party. That's an interesting one. How'd you get them?
I just contacted them and they said yes.
That's an interesting one to have. I love hearing that.
And the Philadelphia Union just wrote back and said they're going to jump in as well, and a ton of other, about 24 we have.
That's great. Just for that event itself.
And there's easy levels to get in, and it ranges from a $50 logo sponsor, just a logo in the program book, and then all the social media we do, to a full page in the program book.
So the social media you guys do, that's essentially through Keep Music Alive.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about. And you're saying the live stream itself that people can watch and chime in and learn where to donate the day of. That is through
the Kelly Center.
Yes. That's through the Kelly Center.
Right, but we'll be sharing it on our social media. Live.
So if you follow you'll be able to find it.
Yep.
And it's Keep Music Alive on Facebook, Instagram. Is there a specific way to type it in? So we'll make sure it's
Facebook,
the right one.
It's Keep Music Alive. For Instagram, it's still Keep Music Alive .org, because they won't let me change it yet.
Not yet.
It took me forever to change.
We're coming after you.
Yeah.
Checking on you, Meta.
Yeah, Keep Music Alive.
All right, Mark Z. We're coming for you.
Zuckerberg.
I'm actually on their website right now, keepmusicalive.org, so you can also check that out. It's amazing.
So what exactly, we know about the 5th, we know about your ties into the Delco Giz Marathon from the 7th to the 8th and all that. And we actually will be interviewing them closer to that date. They've been on here talking to us about the thing. I was actually brought in kind of as a consultant to try to help them prep for that.
Awesome.
I think it's really cool that they, got the grass. One of the things I always thought they were struggling with was the grassroots connections. It's very cool to, see you in Delaware County getting Delco artists, getting a Delco location to get it out to the people, the real people of Delaware County, and at least making them aware of it, and all goes to a good cause. What exactly does Keep Music Alive do?
I believe they keep music alive. Okay.
Shit. Get the cardio unit. So Keep Music Alive, our 3 main programs are Teach Music Week in March and Kids Music Day in October. We partner with over 1,200 music schools and stores to offer free lessons to new students, kids, and adults
1,200
in 16 different countries. And and Kids Music Day, these same music schools and stores offer some sort of special event or a promotion that benefits and celebrates kids playing music.
And you started this?
Yes.
And it reached itself out to 1,200 music schools and whatnot.
We send a lot of emails.
My Christ, you are very responsive. I like that.
And then
on the gram.
We just recently celebrated our 10th annual Teach Music Week because we started informally back in 2015.
Gotcha.
That was the first one. And then 6 years ago, we started what we call musical instrument petting zoos.
Yeah, tell me about that, because one of my favorite phrases of all time is a 2-way petting zoo. Where you pet the animals and they pet you back.
Stay away from the llamas, please.
Yeah. They need to stay away from
We bring over 50 different musical instruments to schools, from preschools, elementary schools, libraries, community festivals, corporate events. We bring acoustic and electric guitars, ukuleles, keyboards, dozens of different types of percussion instruments. It's like a Please Touch museum for musical instruments, where we show the kids how to hold the instrument, how to make the sound, see their eyes light up, big smiles. They look at mom, dad, whoever brought me. When can I do this?
That's a real thing, dude. Yo, it's
instead of by a drum set, Dad instantly regrets. Been there, done that.
What was
so Holbrook's got the
tabletop? I got the tabletop drum
set. That if that existed when I was a kid, I would have played the drums. But my parents said, "You are not bringing drums into the house."
I think it's like the last thing parents want as a kid to even have drums.
Right. So we do actually this year. Last year we did 60 events. This year we're on target for 80 to 85 events. Bringing the instruments.
85 events.
Yes.
There's 52 weeks in a year.
Yes. So we could do more, but I don't want to kill us. Right, Joanne?
That's more than once a week. Yeah, my math doesn't be correct.
Well, to give you an idea, we're doing 15 this month.
15 this month?
And we need to slow it down just a little.
She's on to you. Denise Matthews is on you. Holbrook, isn't that how you started at 2-way petting zoo?
Exactly.
Secret's out.
So you're doing 15 this month?
Yes.
That's one every other day.
Yes.
Where and when? And are you going a bunch of different schools?
Holbrook kind of break the abacus out for that.
What's your traditional clientele?
We're doing this month. We're doing 2 different elementary schools in Chester, 3 different libraries. We drove to New York for an Eclipse Day near Lake Ontario. Partnered with the library there.
Up there.
Yes.
Not New York City, up there, man.
Partnered with a library there. We had an instrument petting zoo on the library lawn. The eclipse happening above us. It was really awesome.
That's fucking rad.
2 instrument petting zoos in a day. I don't know. That might be sensory overload.
She wants to kill me for that one.
Oh,
How
is
far
it like something
apart?
she keeps throwing out at you?
Yeah.
Oh, remember the time we did 2 in a day? Remember, Vincent? I've gotten that a lot. I've been there, done that.
We have a hard time saying no, but we're learning to.
Hey man, I get it, especially when you're passionate about something.
So the beauty is what we're actually going to start doing later this year is partnering with other music schools and stores to hold their own musical instrument petting zoos. They will run them. We will help to promote them to the media and to the community.
Sure.
So we'll still do our 75 or so events a year, but we're literally going to eventually have thousands of these happening across the country every year.
Look at that. And if you think that's crazy, like literally, you said you started 7 years ago.
Yeah, for that was 2015.
Okay, so 10 years ago, if we're going to go with like the full-fledged original date.
Right.
And you are at 1,200 schools, rock schools, music stores that are doing this, like
other music nonprofits.
1,200.
So Denise Matthews chiming in, Holbrook, you can go to schools and teach children music, but the question, Denise, is who's going to teach him to play music first?
Yeah, one day.
Because that'll be the day. Joanne's chiming in here, and we're going back to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in June.
Canton, Ohio?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I'm an idiot. They're next to each other.
You're thinking about, you're thinking about
that's the
football
Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
but yeah, we've been
They're all the same.
We've been to the Rock Hall 3 or 4 times over the last 4 years. Bringing the instrument petting zoo as part of their Fam Jam event, community event. Well, we've done Sensory Days at Legoland. We've been to
where's Legoland?
Jersey, right?
Plymouth Meeting Mall.
Oh no, Plymouth. Is that
it's like local.
Wait, is Legoland the one? There's 2. I forget.
There's multiple locations. A huge one.
It moves, doesn't it, or is it?
There's there probably is a mobile version. But
okay.
There's one in the Plymouth Meeting Mall. It's really nice, and there's a larger one I think in Orlando.
Okay.
We've also been to the Delaware Children's Museum.
I don't care how old you are. Legos are awesome.
Legos are cool.
Yes, and if you want to see there's literally millions of Legos at that place and all sorts of structures that people have built.
So I'm sort of you basically just play the roles like the icebreaker or whatever. But is there have you heard back like any like success stories like later on now that you're like 7 to 10 years into it about like you really like the first time this kid saw a saxophone, they're like, holy shit, now they're like shredding down there.
We've had parents come to us say, we came to your event last year and now Johnny's playing the drums, he's really excited, or Mary's playing the keyboard. We've had music schools write to us, tell us about new students that they've gotten and made progress,
That's so rad. They even like stay in touch, dude. That's so
Have you ever had a parent come in and like, Johnny's still playing the drums? Thanks a lot, Vince.
We're gonna get you.
Yeah. I know where you live, Vince.
Because isn't I don't know, man. I've been playing guitar for 26 plus years or whatever, and like been in a million bands and all that shit. Like I'm past the point where it's just like if I nail like a riff, I'm like proud of myself. One of my favorite things is like my girlfriend started playing guitar or whatever, and like I do actually genuinely enjoy like the joy when like she didn't start easy. She started like playing like Muse songs. This is like her first songs. Wow. Cool. And when she's sitting there like, holy shit, I can hear it. It's just like, I remember that joy. It is a good feeling, man.
And the light bulb goes off.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
When it's like, oh my God, I made that noise. Like I did it right.
Yeah, I do that in the morning too. I'm like, oh my God, I made that noise. Oh my God.
And then
that came out of me.
Speaking of morning noises, I think the only time I've ever been concerned about a fart.
Today.
If we're talking bodily noises and music.
Oh, that's exactly where Vince was hoping to go.
It was a heavy night of drinking T-bombs and whatnot at Tony's in Collingdale. Dude, I went to my job in Center City, and there was a handicap bathroom. Anyone could use it, in my mind. And I had to just go. I thought it was a poop, but it was a fart, and it sounded note for note exactly like the beginning guitar riff of Holy Wars by Megadeth. Boom, 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 to the point where I was impressed by what I had made.
Roll tape.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you need to see a doctor, bro.
Well, no, I've learned to stop doing things like that. I haven't made that noise in a while.
You were just at Tony's the other day.
No, but this incident I'm talking about happened in like 20...
okay.
The exact date it happened, the first day of March Madness, when Penn was a 16 seed and lost. So what's that, 2018, 2019?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, away from his
It kept
bodily
going,
noises.
man.
How
does the butt have that many tones?
I don't know. Nobody wants to know.
That was at least 6 of the notes. Keep music. So that's really cool that you get to hear back that it's really influenced people and all that. That's awesome. What's the future hold for Keep Music Alive? I mean, it's huge that you have 1,200 schools. You do 3 major things. You said Teach Music Week, which just passed.
Yes, it's the third week in March.
Okay.
Kids Music Day is the first Friday in October.
Okay, what's the third one?
Instrument petting zoos are year round.
Okay.
And we also do musical instrument grants that we're growing that program. It's small now, but it's growing.
Is that through schools, like when they have like an orchestra and like someone can't afford a violin or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we also donate to other nonprofits that serve families that they have a situation where they can keep instruments on site for kids to use when they're there.
Dude, that's rad.
All right, what's a micro instrument program?
Donate.
That's the subject, Al. I think it's between me and my significant others.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that. So the micro musical instrument grant just means it's small grants, as opposed to what some of the larger organizations that do musical instrument grants do.
Like ones where there's like, oh, you to the Chester City Orchestra, here's $9 million. Right. This one's just like, oh, you need
we're not there yet.
You need cymbals. Here's $50 for George's music.
So you're pretty much telling me when my mother yelled at me to stop playing with myself, she was stifling my creativity.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. Okay.
Be a dreamer, Al. Dream.
Oh my God. Let's see.
Birds never know how high they can fly till they get out there, Al.
Josh has a good question. Where can somebody donate towards instruments?
So you can reach us at keepmusicalive.org. There's a support button from there. You can contact us, but you can also just email us directly, info@keepmusicalive.org. Tell us what you have, and if it's local, we'll go pick it up. If it's not something we can use directly, we kind of a feeder organization to other organizations, Rock to the Future in Philadelphia, which gives free lessons and instruments to hundreds of students every year. And if they can't use it, it goes to a national organization called Hungry for Music, which has donated, I think, 15,000 instruments over the last 20 years.
What if they're slightly damaged? Like, do you have like any contacts to like refurbish them and then give them out?
Rock to the Future and Hungry for Music can do that.
They can actually do that. Right? Like, I definitely got like some things I'm essentially trying to get rid of that are like they're almost playable. They just need a little bit of TLC. I just don't want to do that myself, and it's just like I'd probably rather have them go to someone who can fix them up for 15 minutes and give them out.
And even instruments that are not, recoverable, cannot be fixed.
Hungry
for Music can use them to has a program where they recycle them for other things. Lamps. Furniture. Different things.
Cool guitar lamp. That would be actually pretty.
Beyond like that, like just piggybacking off what you were saying, is there like any programs you sponsor that like teach people to like be like a luthier, like to build instruments, fix instruments like that?
There are programs like that out in the country. Can't remember them by name.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're looking for something like that, you can always contact. We're connected with a lot of different organizations doing different parts of this whole music education mission. We try to stay in our lane as much as we can because there's all these other great organizations doing really awesome work, but we can connect you with whatever you're looking for.
That's so rad. I have a question. I know we kind of touched a little bit on it earlier, but you said, because the one thing Holbrook did say, and you mentioned, you guys are very responsive. Okay, and you try your best to keep in contact with people. Like, do you have like that story? That, like, I know we talked about you had to write that one song overnight for the music. Like some kid that you helped, some person that you really helped, like somebody that got back to you and said
the thing that keeps that fire lit under your ass.
Yeah, that type of like. What is that? Do you have one that you go to, or is there just so many?
I honestly don't have right now, but honestly, we need to do a better job of collecting those stories and curating those stories.
That's some of the hardest parts to do.
We're so busy doing the work that we don't spend enough time.
It's like selling on Amazon, man. Sometimes you don't get the feedback. Right. You want it.
But it's, we're expanding our board of directors, getting more volunteer help so that my wife and I, Joanne and I, can spend more time curating some of their stories.
How many people are like on the board of the 501c overall?
Currently, it's 5.
Okay.
Looking to expand to about 9 members this summer.
9 handling 1,200. Venues that you're giving this to,
right?
Or like working with and whatnot.
Yep.
That's wild. 80. Is this now your full-time job?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm
So-
like, you're not going to
so-
Boeing tomorrow and then doing 2 fucking instrument
for
petting suits,
several
right?
years, I did 70, 80 hours a week, split between the 2 jobs. So now I get to do about 70 hours a week just doing this. And a year ago, just about a year ago, I walked away, took a leap of faith. There's not enough money coming in, pulling retirement savings, just building this up because I just knew this really needed to have my full attention.
It's a
to
single
what it really needs
hardest
to be.
thing to do, man. We have not gotten there yet, and I just respect anyone who can get there or make that move, thinking they can move there.
Yeah,
in the next couple
apparently my
steps,
kids need to eat every so often, and I.
It's a funny story you say that. So for many years, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I left Boeing to do this music thing for a
Yeah.
while, and then I came back. I mean, God bless them, they kept bringing me back, and then I leave again several years later to do
Were you
another
taking like
music thing.
hiatuses or like sabbaticals or like just straight up being like, I'm out, and then a couple months later come back like,
I straight up retired. Quit.
Yeah.
Came back. Retired once actually, and came back from retirement, which you're technically not supposed to be able to do, but
Hey, WWE does it all the time, man.
But like I would always say, as
Tom Brady can
as
do
big-
it. Vincent James can do it.
As Big Al said, people like to eat, which is why I would come crawling back to the.
That is Al's senior quote.
Yeah.
People like to eat.
Yeah.
We'll go
Oh, I gotta feed them too.
You ate yesterday.
Yeah. What do you talked about that toast I made you on Sunday?
But what we're doing now, I just know that this is something that's hugely bigger than anything
It
we've done.
is.
It's not about me. It's not about us. And I just know that the support is coming on gradually, but it is coming on and building up so that we'll be able to continue doing this and leave this for a legacy. We want to inspire, music makers for generations to come long after we're gone.
It is a real thing, man. And besides Keep Music Alive, one of my favorite guests in recent years was Rock and Roll Knife Fight.
Oh, okay.
They are like a vinyl store, does punk rock stuff in Lansdowne, and he's like a big proponent of just really trying to find all age venues to get kids to, like, form a music scene again. And just like you're saying, man, that like it's not just music, it's not just like nerdy shit, it's not just like, oh, heavy metal people getting together, it's not just jazz people talking jazz. You will literally meet lifelong friends through that.
It builds community.
It literally builds
Music
community.
builds
man.
community.
You will get, even outside of that, you will find people who will get you jobs later in life. You will find people who will, help you out at certain points in life. You will find drinking buddies. You will find, just all sorts of things.
Will hang
by
out
its
with
own
you,
community.
pretty much you say.
It's its own community with its own community. And let me tell you something, like, it's a really tight community, man. Yeah, so I do love, especially when I'm getting the age I'm at now, where I'm just like, I do actually love seeing the youth getting into it and be like, I hope they fucking have the same benefits I had that came out of it. And I hope they have the opportunity to have those benefits.
And that's the key, is giving kids the opportunity, and also trying to get them off their screens a little bit and more doing something, whether it's sports or
Speaking
music.
of all those people on our screens,
we're not talking about you. Stay on the screen, please.
You guys stay right where you're at.
And the cool thing is, like, I assume you're probably, like, I don't know, like 10 years older than me or whatever, but we probably both grew up in different
Actually,
ages.
he's 5 years younger than you, dude. We talked about this. No, I'm just kidding. I have no clue.
I've been 29 for at least 20 years.
Right.
At least 20 years.
So I'm sure, like, you grew up probably
with 20 years of experience.
You grew up like learning music and like meeting people and all that stuff in different scenes at different times than I did. Like, I was right at the beginning of the internet and all that stuff, so I could go online, find like look up things, download certain things, all that stuff. You didn't have that opportunity, whatever.
Up the needle, put it on the song. All right, let me try to figure this out. All right, pick it up, put it back on the song, try to figure this out.
I'd be like, oh, GAD. Oh, that's kind of how that song went.
I thought we were talking about the other needle you picked up. Okay, I'm confused.
A record,
but
needle.
It's like for kids
on
now,
record,
like you're saying, get them off the screen. But at the same time, I think kids
great.
nowadays are so blessed with the opportunities they have to strive further.
Agreed. So many benefits to be able to learn music tutorials, on YouTube and other platforms.
It's insane.
And how about also getting their music to the masses? Like, that's another thing. Like, it's a pretty, like, if you use this medium right, it's very powerful.
God. 80s, 90s.
If you use it for cat videos, it's that too. You know what I mean? Like
80s or 90s, you got to put $1,000 aside or find a record company that's going to okay a demo to get 3 songs out there
on the radio.
The 90s, 2000s, like, you had more opportunities with like making websites, trying to get really shitty recordings out there. Nowadays, dude, you can sound like a pro for free, like with an app on your phone. It's nuts.
That's right.
There's no excuse for anyone to have a bad song nowadays.
Oh, none of the other words.
Spotify.com/Hachi but no,
funny.
like, yeah, I just, and I would hate for a generation to be able to waste the opportunity they have of, like, if a song came out now, man, I don't even know what's even popular nowadays. Like, fucking.
And I have to point out one little thing because you guys can't see this, but I can because I'm, taking care of all the technical stuff. And as I said, tonight's our first Instagram live. A lot of people with the word either music or something to do with music in their Instagram names here. So that's pretty cool. It's already getting the word out to these people out there that, and thank you for joining us on Instagram Live as well. We'll be hopefully doing these more and more. But, oh, actually, real quick, I actually had another question for you. Damn it, I lost the page.
25.
25,
or 6.
Yeah.
4.
Damn it, I had it just
is that
up.
the right answer?
No, my page froze on me.
Oh, crap.
I'll get it back.
You got a band or anything like going on? Like you play music yourselves?
Glorified mumble rap.
I used to play a lot more. I play now maybe half a dozen times a year.
Solo or like
yeah,
part
solo
of it?
piano.
Okay.
Play piano and sing. I play guitar, but not.
What was your first love musically?
Oh heck!
We all know Joann's the first love, but I'm talking about musically.
Musically, it was drawn to everything from Kiss to Barry Manilow to Led Zeppelin to Genesis.
See, I like
everything in between.
So here's the thing: is I believe that. I don't believe that a lot on people because so many people say, "Oh, I listen to everything." I'm like, no, you don't. Don't lie.
Well, I don't listen to everything, but I do have a pretty wide.
What's the one music? No, can't get into.
I'm not really into.
And why is it pop country?
Well, country rap or whatever.
I'm into anything that has a good melody.
Okay.
Anything that has
something
a good
catchy.
Melody. So if there's a hip hop song that has like a good, strong melodic undertone to it, I'm into it. But if it's just the rapping, I just have a hard time connecting because I'm about the music mostly.
Yeah.
Lyrics come secondary. They're important. Obviously, they tell the story.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I got a melody in my heart, and that's what draws me in.
What are you doing June 1st?
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
You want to set at Delco Day?
Yeah.
Play whatever the hell you want. I mean, yeah, we'll give you 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Yeah,
I
let's
think that's right.
there,
yeah. I mean, why not?
There might be two acts playing like a little bit overlapping, but we can definitely bring them in.
We have a little
fun.
We have a little space left on June 1st, so you have to come on out.
Thank you.
And I want to thank these sponsors once again for all the great work that they've done to make this possible, and a lot of things coming out between now and June 1st. But these are the great sponsors: PGA Services, Painting and Contracting, BHU, Cressy Real Estate, Wolf Superior Sandwiches, Roma Deli, Visit Delco, Delco Electric, Holiday Inn and Suites at the Drexel Brook Event Center, Delco Steaks, Sneak Peek, and the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, all led by Haverset Scrapple, baby! Yes! Carly said you're not available until after 4 or 4:30.
What the hell?
Thank God she keeps the calendar.
Fuck.
We'll check it out. But here, Joann.
Yeah, it's a whole day.
Joann, for those who don't know, if you're new to the Delco Day scene, it is a 12-hour, 2 to 2.
Literally
Fiasco.
2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Fiasco. I like it.
Yes.
I love it.
Fiasco is and it's like if anyone listening to this now has never been to a Delco Day before, especially in recent years, I gotta tell you, this is not a charity fundraiser. It is. Like it is. It all goes to that.
It's
like
not your mama's Delco Day.
It's not your mama's Delco Day. This is not. We're not going to get emotional. We're not going to tug at your heartstrings.
I get beer muscles. That kind of emotional.
We are having it is literally 12 hours of, there's no other way to put it, full fucking Delco. It is, the theme is you're from Delco, just be Delco. You will rekindle grudges from high school. You will have maybe one too many shots and send a bad text message about something. It is the greatest day of Delco freedom you will ever have. You can come by. Don't try to hide your accent. Don't try to, cover anything up. It is just,
You guys are the greatest. Can't wait to eat.
Can we set up trash cans outside and eat our Wawa on top of them?
You can eat off anything out there.
And we mean anything.
Anything. I mean, last year we had Imperial Pizza drop pizzas off at the end of the night. Scrapple's gonna be there all day. I heard Bernie's Pretzels is gonna be there, and they're gonna do they're trying to do some sort of Scrapple Bernie's Pretzels. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that because I don't know if it's official, but you can just imagine what the fuck that's gonna be like. It's gonna be glorious.
Couple people on Instagram. Seabrad is rad. Said SoundCloud is glorified mumble rap, but he said Scrapple. Yeah, Scrapple will be there. We'll have a Scrapple menu. And Raymond Cole Music is playing Delco this Thursday. Where are you playing Delco?
Yeah, it's a pretty large area. And also, if you have not followed Haverset Scrapple on Instagram, you should.
Yeah, you should, because trust me, it's food porn at its finest.
Yeah, like this is not a gala. This is not an award ceremony.
Wait till we start the Haverset OnlyFans.
Oh Lord!
I didn't know you could do that with Scrapple.
Brace.
We got a Scrapple song, do we? Anybody?
Can you make
I think
one?
it needs to happen.
Could you premiere a Scrapple song?
I will premiere a Scrapple song.
Shit! All right, this is happening.
Did you hear that, Haverset?
Yeah,
it just happened.
All those cover bands that wanted $8,000 to do 90 minutes. Yeah, no, they're not going to write a Scrapple song. They're not. So they can kick rocks.
So what has let's just put this out there. What has the Pierdomenico family done for Delco lately? Oh, I don't know. Created a movie about it. And oh, by the way, a Scrapple song.
Yeah.
Come on. The only song that makes my cholesterol go up. I love it. I love it.
This is great. No, so keep music alive. I mean, anything else you got coming up specifically, like anything in this area, any of these musical instrument petting zoos or anything you're doing locally that people can really check out?
So we're in Delco here. We'll be at the Fallcroft Library tomorrow night.
Okay.
From 6 to 7:30.
So hold on. Library, for those who maybe don't know what that is?
So this is
like
building where they have books. And they also do
these things
a lot of really great community events. So it's more than books.
A library is where you download the PlayStation game and it sits there until you play it, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand what a library is besides that. A library.
Our music series supports music education, keeps live. What does she mean by the music series?
Oh, what is the music series?
I think she stumped me.
Honey, we didn't talk about this. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's late. I need my meds.
I need an adult. So you're at Fallcroft tomorrow from 6 to 7, and
6 to 7:30. We're at the Voorhees Library on Friday, Voorhees, New Jersey, 10:30 to noon. We are at the Spring Fling event at the Park Avenue Community Center in Swarthmore all day, 10 to 3 on Saturday, and Sunday we're at the Optimist Club flea market at DC Cube, Delaware County.
Hell yeah!
Our alma mater.
It's like 7 to 3.
Yeah.
The book series is Benefits Music Education.
Is that the one we were talking about earlier? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the 88 stories.
Yeah, all the proceeds go to music education.
Yep. That is
awesome. I love this. I love everything you did, and it's like it's like, I mean, we pre-taped an episode that everyone will see in a little bit, but like it's crazy that you just had a goal, you put it out there, and like you have no idea how much it can grow.
Sometimes you just start something and it just starts to organically take a life of its own.
The first steps you made of it when you launched it 10 years ago to 7 years ago or whatever you want to count the launch date as, like what were the first steps to get that going?
So the first steps were, having the idea, let's do this book. We need a lot of stories. So we started reaching out to over 6,000 musicians around the world.
For the stories
to see if they had a book, a story they would like to contribute. And then the funny thing for Teach Music Week, which started that next year, 2015, which is the same year the book was published.
Okay.
That first year, it was just me on the internet, posting, hey, everybody, you're a musician, find somebody to give a free lesson to this week, a friend, family member, a coworker, really kind of informal. And then the next year, I was starting to contact some media about it, and they're like, are there any music schools I can talk to about it? I'm like, I should probably contact music schools.
Oh, there we go.
Dude, thank you for that idea.
You came up with the idea of like, spreading the success stories through the book,
right?
But like, so now you're saying that you went out, talked to the media, the music. How did that evolve into Keep Music Alive?
So when we started doing the book series, or the book, it was just one book. We're like, what are we going to call the publishing company? Well, we came up with the name Keep Music Alive Publishing. At the very beginning, not even thinking there was going to be any programs, any nonprofit. It was just going to be a book,
Yeah.
a single book. And then we went crazy.
And then you got the success from that, and they were just like, let's evolve this into literally helping the youth.
Yeah, one
We're talking
idea gets
success
to the
stories.
next
Why don't we
idea
make success stories?
to help people.
Fuck, that's good.
That's a good reason to do something.
Help people.
Would have thought? Who would have thought?
That's fucking good.
And we're all about helping people. And you guys are helping people do show. You had the gals in here earlier from the
Ethan Jones Memorial. Yeah.
Memorial. I got to sit in and listen to a lot of their story, when they were talking with you guys, and it's just really special that you're sharing, what they're doing. And
Oh my God.
so important.
This is airing live. Theirs is going to air like next week or whenever. Their success story is absolutely nuts. What they were able to do in general.
What they did in 9 months. Is amazing.
The things you've done in 7 years is like absolutely incredible too, man. We're talking 1,200 like associates and whatnot within what you do.
Right.
And then the 3 major events throughout the year, but then also you're talking 85 events a year, 15 this month.
Right.
Like you just named off 3 or 4 that are happening in the next 3 or 4 days.
Right. This week we have, I think, 7 on the calendar.
My God.
We had 8, but I pushed one off the next month.
Is it like more subtle in the summer, I guess, because schools aren't in? Or
it slows down a little bit in the summer, but not much because there's a lot of community festivals
so I
that
was
go
thinking,
on.
yeah.
And we do a lot of library events. The place where they had the books.
Oh, that place, yes.
the library.
Don't say library.
Yeah, well, it depends on what part of Delco you're from.
Yeah,
up the creek.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's
water.
so awesome. Anything else you want to plug? Anything with the Kelly Center going on? But so the Kelly Center on May 5th.
So Sunday, May 5th, we got the 8-hour telethon going on.
When's it start?
From 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Advanced tickets are just $10 for the afternoon or the evening segment. You can get that at thekellycenter.org. We are still looking for a few sponsors to fill out our list. You can just write to us at info@keepmusicalive.org.
Okay.
And they start at just $50, so it's pretty easy entry.
That's awesome. And it's gonna be like how long are the sets that everyone's getting that's performing?
It's gonna be all different. I
Okay.
have some student musicians that might perform a song. Some might do 2 or 3. Or we're gonna have some bands in the evening. The evening segment from 5 to 9, student bands.
Okay.
Listen, I have to admit, Joanne's chiming in there. You put your book together in 9 months.
We had a book baby.
You had a book baby.
You had a book baby.
Me and Holbrook took 9 months to come up with the name of the show, Delco Live.
But it's genius.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
We were, as noted in the episode that will air after this, we were previously Prolapse Rectum Live.
Yeah.
Which, catchy as it is,
sadly taken already.
The Instagram handle.
The merchandising rights were Disney owns a lot that you wouldn't expect, man. Whole weird thing.
They put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, they have cars, they have planes, they have shirts, all those things. Apparently, Prolapse Rectums is coming out.
People that could be as creative and then do something like that in 9 months just boggles my mind. See, like I said, I'm not the musician or the artsy person here. I can do a little graphic work, but that's about as far as my art goes.
But you got the tech whiz.
Yeah, that is true.
It's kind of darn important.
That is Al's fucking bread and butter is this tech stuff. That
if it wasn't for that, he would have fired me a long time ago.
The crazy thing is he's so good at tech, and he's like, he doesn't like know what Instagram is or like any of that stuff. He calls it Instagrams. Instagrammers. The Snapper chat.
The Snapper chat and the tickety top.
But he's so good at the technical shit where it's like I have no idea.
I can build TikTok, but I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
I learned this from a good friend a long time ago. His dad is a master plumber, and he goes, "You know what, Al? I've installed about 70,000 washers and dryers, but I don't know how to run it." I'm like, it's fair enough.
But that's what it takes, man. I mean, it's like you're saying, it's a whole community, man. It's not just can you play the guitar. It's like you need people to show you that you might want to play a guitar, that you might want to play a saxophone, that you might want to do that.
People to build them.
Yeah, you need books to be out there to inspire people probably of any age, man. Like I know that Keep Music Alive focuses on the youth, I guess, but those books probably could light a fire under anyone of anyone's age. Jazz. You were just talking about an old person that was moved by it, man.
Funny story. I was playing a private event at the townhouse.
I was just there earlier.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This was like 10 years ago. And a gentleman walked up to me. He says, "Guess how old I am?" loaded question. I'm like, I don't know.
71.
65, 67. He says, I'm going to be 80 next week.
Holy shit.
And he says, can you teach me to play the guitar? I'm like, well, beginner, yeah, I can teach you to play the guitar. We worked together for 5 years, teaching him guitar songs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then the pandemic came and we had to stop because he didn't want to do the online thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, he would have so much joy learning and singing these songs. He would take this guitar to Florida when he did this, the winter thing, playing with some of his friends. It was just a joy to watch him enjoy, enjoy the
I guess
guitar
the old saying
experience.
is,
There's nothing better than an old person happy.
You never work a day in your life if you do what you love type situation.
That's right. And never have we had somebody come up to us and say, I really wish I never learned to play the guitar or any instrument.
Have you ever?
I do every day.
Have you ever had anybody come up to you and say, I wish you never taught my kid or somebody to learn how to play the guitar?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, but we paid them off to stop.
I tell this story, and I want to say hi to some of our new Instagram guys. Big Chef's Pizza, how you doing? We love you guys. What's going on? But I tell this story because it hurt me when I was younger. I know, but
it's going to be okay.
I went. My parents were big. My kids were my sisters were into swimming, and they were on the swim team. And as you can tell, if you look,
I was into cake.
in and around.
Is that a traveling sport?
Yeah.
Travel team.
Yeah.
It's a spring sport.
Hey, spring, winter, whatever you want to do.
Fall, I was into quesadillas.
But I joined the swim team. They
painted me up like an orca and called me Shamu.
They go to my parents.
They kept yelling, "Jump, Willie, jump!"
They went to my parents and said, "I don't think he's cut out for the swim team." So have you ever had to tell a kid or a person that you're just not cut out to learn music? You're just not musically inclined?
I totally believe that everyone is inclined to learn something in music. We're all going to have different talent levels, different skill levels. But if you can learn to play just a little bit for fun, it's well worth it.
Oh, 100%.
Well worth it.
So one of my favorite things is when we bring in like musical guests. If you were a former teacher, what is there any time one of your students has asked you to teach them a song that you were just like, I have no idea what this is, and you actually end up learning too?
All the time.
What's like one that really catches you off guard? Like one that really rings your bell? You're like, I have never thought I'd be teaching this to someone, let alone even like listening to this.
I wish I could remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Was it an egg shaker? Because Joanne's saying start with egg shakers. What are egg shakers?
It's an egg with rice in it, and you shake it.
Oh, that's the first instrument. Like, okay, all right. There we
go. Egg shakers.
So like a mini maraca. Literally, it is an Easter egg.
Walk like an Egyptian. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm actually terrible on the screen the way I was doing it. I'm sorry. I was like,
why do you start gurgling?
So yeah, sometimes you have students have a song.
Vince, I swallowed your egg by accident.
That's gonna hurt on the way out. Yeah. This is not biodegradable.
So this is not a butt plug. When things are the shape, you have to give me a heads up. They all come out the same color anyway.
Oh Jesus.
That's like always one of my favorite things is like to ask people like, what's the most ridiculous request you ever had to teach something? Because like I'm in a cover band now, and I'll tell you what, it's like I grew up just like, man, Ozzy, Metallica, and it's just like, which Janet Jackson song would you like to learn? It's like, I don't know. Like, tell me whichever one, I'll do it.
Actually, yeah, what was the because Holbrook was coming out with a band one time. He was put on a show. It was at Tony's a few years back when we first started. Awkward Kegger, which was
we only did guilty pleasure songs from 96 to 06. No good songs, only guilty pleasure songs.
Which I thought was great because we've had because like the whole point of the idea was they've 80s parties, 70s parties, 90s parties. It's like nobody has those like guilty pleasure late 90s, early 2000s songs that nobody wants to admit that they actually like it.
Right.
And it was a huge event. It was great.
Like every song, like the entire goal was like we start playing the song and you go, not this song, god damn it, and then just end like, yeah.
Well, I always think of that. Everybody,
not more Nickelback, but okay.
I always think that part of the movie from Tommy Boy when they're in the car and they're like trying to find music, like, that's lame, that's lame.
Yeah.
And then one song comes on, like, I can listen to it if you can. And like they're crying, singing it later.
Right.
God, another Three Doors Down song. I'm so upset.
I write the songs that make the whole world sing.
So you're a folk roll tomorrow. Anything else like in the near future in case people can't make it?
Saturday, Park Avenue Community
right.
Spring Fling from 10 to 3, and Sunday 8 to 3 is the flea market
at DCQ. They start that early at 8.
They start that early. We'll have the whole musical instrument petting zoo about all those events.
Dude, that's so rad. So like you have your own booth and all that.
Yep, I hope so.
A, dude. That's rad. And like you said, you're thinking about doing a set at Delco Day. I think you'd be killer.
I'll do a set at Delco Day, and I'll bring.
Gotta be after 4:30 though. If not, Joanne will come for you.
I'll bring a Scrapple song. Brand new Scrapple song.
That would be my favorite Delco Day memory.
Because they are doing an instrument petting zoo that day, early in the day at the Chester Youth Soccer League.
It's right down the road.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Oh, June 1st, right?
Yeah.
She's got the calendar up.
I'm telling you, that's why we have
significant others. What the hell's a calendar?
Yeah, like I would not know what's going on if it wasn't for my wife. I just wouldn't know.
Al made me download 3 different calendar apps, and I still don't use them.
And I don't even use them. So like my wife was showing me how to use them, and then I forgot to. So
it's all right.
That is so awesome.
I'll figure it out.
So it's 1 o'clock.
Keep the calendars alive.
May 5th, Kelly Center, Havertown.
1 to 9 p.m.
1 to 9 on Eagle, right off Darby. Or sorry, on Darby, right off Eagle.
On Eagle,
right off Darby.
4 East Eagle.
That is so rad. We will obviously share all that stuff out, man. Dude, thank you for coming by.
God bless you guys.
Thank you for doing all you do. Thank you for Thank you for keeping music alive. Thank you for everything. Thank you for turning out a son who's doing great in the other form of arts with everything.
Would that be that's creativity? You took your genetic materials and made an awesome son who's making something
he's
awesome as well.
Very creative in that medium.
Yeah.
This has been great, man. I'm glad we connected today and put this all together.
Well, thank you guys for reaching out this morning. I was like, tonight, what?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you're lucky. That's more time than we give most people. But also thank you to Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky jalapeno garlic, honey bourbon and pickle. So many different flavors, even for your 4-legged friends. Check out fatcowjerky.com, Facebook, Instagram.
Ready, Steve?
Fat Cow Jerky, utterly perfect jerky.
All right, now.
Let's go!
Let's go to cherryinjurylaw.com. That's right. David R. Cherry's your man. If you get hurt at work, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, criminal law, 610-565-0300. And get your wiffle ball on over at Dolan's on May 25th, 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park to be exact, with John Kruk and Mickey Morandini for Wiffle Ball Mania, Dolan's original spring classic with your favorite Phillies greats. Mickey Morandini and John Kruk will be there. You should be there Saturday, May 25th, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park at 19078. And again, thank you to our great Delco Day sponsors led by Haverset Scrapple Holbrook. That's right, PJ Services, Painting and Contracting, BHCU, Carezzi Real Estate, Roma Deli, Visit Delco, Wolf Superior Sandwiches, Delco Electric, Holiday Inn Suites at the Drexel Brook Event Center, Delco Steaks, Sneak Peek, Screen Printing and Embroidery, as well as the Delaware County Chamber of Commerce, all coming together at JT Brewski's on June 1st, 2024 for 12 hours of Delco awesomeness, all for the Headstrong Foundation, a great Delco foundation. You gotta be there, because if you miss it, you'll be sorry you gotta wait another 360 days to do so.
I fucked up the rhythm. I hate myself.
Well, this is typical music.
My fingers are so tired.
But other than that, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for hanging.
Thank you,
Joanne.
Thank you for all you
guys
do.
are awesome.
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Sorry the Flyers suck, but you know what? I couldn't.
I believe the Phillies won, so if you want to take any consolation, it gets like the worst team in Major League Baseball. But it is what it is.
Flyers disappointed, man. They did the whole season of overachieving and then just super underachieved at the end.
Typical. But guys, that is about it tonight. So thank you, Vince. Thank you, Joann, for chiming in and keeping Vince on his toes. Let me see any last minute things. May Odin have mercy on our souls. Yes, man, Darbarian, may he have, and we love you too, Joann. So other than that, guys, we are out of here. Thanks, Vince. Thanks, Holbrook.
Delco.
Delco.